So you basically become God.
But self-reflection is the same, right?
Self-reflection. Yeah, that's right. Self-reflection, but basically what Christianity does, and now and especially in Catholicism, we need to confess our sins to God, right? It is, of course, self-reflection, but literally speaking, it is confession to God and ask for forgiveness to God. And basically, He and only Him, He can forgive us. So that's something that it's kind of a waste disposal almost, a gommibak. Where and I think Confucianism is not about forgiveness, is not about sinners, it's about becoming a better person.
Confucianism is a very similar thing happening to all the people. They say some, I forget the name of the God, okay?
Right.
But they're going to ask them forgiveness every day.
Oh, really? In Confucianism?
Yeah.
Is there a God in Confucianism?
Yes,
I didn't know.
No one person, but similar God.
Okay.
Every night, not every week, once every week, every night.
So actually, so Christianity.
Taiwan is almost every house they have own.
Ah, right.
Right?
Yeah. That I know. Yeah.
Similar to God.
Right. It's but also in Christianity, actually, when my mother was young, she had to go to church every day, not only on Sunday.
Every day.
Every day.
Wow.
That's why when my mother, when she got married and left the house, she never went to church again because she said, "I went enough for my entire lifetime." So
I wanted to know. You said like this, but
right.
passing through many times, but I still have some question. What's the difference among Christianity and Confucianism?
No, actually, I think this is a parallel. This is something that basically they have in common. So the Christianity and Confucianism, they are both. I mean, Confucianism is about becoming a good person, right? Basically, if you follow God, if you are a devout Christian, you're also becoming a good person. Both way is not by asking really the why question, but the how. How do I become a good person? The Bible is basically the roadmap to become a good person, and Confucianism. Confucius also wrote his books. Describing exactly what you need to do in order to become a good person. So I think that this is, of course, there are differences. Like I said, okay, basically, Confucianism is about finding yourself, and Christianity is about finding God. So that is a big difference. But basically, following a roadmap and finding God and following a roadmap and finding yourself, it's both about just following the steps that have been laid out for you, and it's not so much about critical thinking. It's not so much about trying to find the essence there. It's basically just okay. We just follow this path because this is the right path, especially. In Christianity, when we are Catholic, we follow the Catholic Church. When we are Protestant, we follow the Protestant Church. But it's all about the path. Now, when you compare that with philosophy is not about how. That's about why. Why? Of course, there are a few exceptions. Aristotle is an exception. For example, Aristotle is the inventor of rhetoric. So how to be persuasive and how to become more effective in spreading your ideas to others. That is also more a how than a why. But central in Western philosophy is why. What is reality? Why do we exist? Does God exist? These kind of questions, and what they all have in common in Western philosophy is that basically all the steps on analyzing are logical. It all has to be logical. Otherwise, it will be falsified. So whatever theory you bring about, it all needs to be logical. It's the same for science, basically.
You mean logical is kind of sort of step by step?
Step by step, yeah. It needs to be logically consistent. So basically we can arrive at all kinds of strange conclusions, but then usually the problem is not the steps that we took, but the premises that have something inherently wrong with them. It's just like science. Like if you look at economic theory, there are conflicting theories, like the monetarists and the Keynesianists, for example. Both are more or less conflicting economic theories, but the problem is not in the way that they arrive at their conclusion. The difference is in the premises that they put, the importance that they put, for example, on interest rates in their economic, that makes the outcome of their economic theory radically different. So the recipe to recover an economy on the one hand is through monetary policy and don't do any like fiscal policy, whereas Keynesianism is promoting fiscal policy instead of monetary policy. So it's the point here is that basically in Western thinking, Western philosophy, we are always following these logical steps, and that's if you are therefore
your explanation is Asian people, they do not?
No, actually, basically there is much less room for there is
You're talking about
logic, yes.
Or the other way is how are you going to say?
Well, basically,
emotional?